My name's Greco, and I'm 95 years old. I moved to Orange from New Haven in 1953 with my 3-year-old son Anthony and husband Tony. My daughter Maria was born later that year, and my youngest son Mark was born in 1960. It was a bit of a shock moving from New Haven, where I walk every, oh gosh,
No, you're doing
you're
fine.
fine.
You
Yeah,
walk
great.
all the time in New Haven, right?
where I would walk
Everywhere.
everywhere to the
Country.
country,
Okay.
where I
moved to the
quickly had to
country.
learn how to drive. My husband was born and raised in Orange and was a graduate of Mary L. Tracy School. I was blessed with 3 wonderful children. My children attended High Plains Elementary School and are graduates of
Amity, right?
Amity School System. My children learned to swim at Camp Cedar Crest. Anthony and Mark were policemen in town, and Mark later went on to become assistant police chief of Orange. Mark began the town's motorcycle squad, and a special plate on the motorcycles bear his initials in his honor. Maria was special education teacher in North Haven. Anthony and Maria are now retired, and Mark is deceased. I lived on Marsh Hill Road on 15 acres of land next to Vaughan Nurseries. At that time, Marsh Hill Road was just a dirt road. We had our milk delivered daily on our front porch and bread delivered fresh in the mailbox. My home on Marsh Hill Road is no longer there. The neighborhood is gone and is now in an industrial zone. I have a daughter-in-law, Sharon, and 2 wonderful grandchildren, Christopher, who is now a junior at Marist College, and Olivia, who is freshman at UConn. I'm a member of Holy Infant Church, where I joined the Women's Guild. I baked and helped to organize fairs and dinners. I was registrar of voters and assisted on election day. I remember when I-95 was being constructed and watched the progress of it being built as it was down the road from my home. I remember watching President Kennedy's motorcade driving through after I-95 was completed. I attended the policeman's ball and loved seeing everyone in their gowns and tuxedos. The balls were so classy, and everyone had a wonderful time. It was amazing to see how Route 1 has changed throughout the years. Although I missed Saturday's Lender's Bakery and buying lunch at Nicoletti's. My children learned to ice skate on Buckholz Pond, where all the children from Marsh Hill Road and Indian River Road spent many winter nights skating and staying warm by the bonfire. This area is now the site of the Christmas tree shop. I love attending events in town throughout the years, such as the Firemen's Carnival, Special Olympics, 4th of July fireworks, and Memorial Day parades, where my sons were honor guard and my grandchildren marched. I remember the blizzards and hurricanes and how lucky we were to come through safely. I am very proud of the Veterans Brick at High Plains Recreation Center, as well as the 3 planted there in honor of my deceased husband and son.
Excellent. So, Ann, tell me about your husband being here. He was here. How long was he in Orange?
Well, he was born and raised in Orange.
Okay. And what did his family do?
They just
Carpenter.
my father-in-law was a carpenter,
Okay.
and
And he built most of the houses
And-
in Woodmont.
Oh, okay. And that was probably after the war when they were building all the houses?
yes,
And so he went into Woodmont. We had quite
That's
a few
right.
people in Orange when that boom hit. There were quite a few houses that went up very quickly.
yes, they did.
All
Yeah.
right. So he stayed here and he was here with his family. Any of his family members are still in town?
No,
No?
Tony was the only son. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you mentioned when you came to Orange, you felt very isolated.
Yes.
And why? Obviously, big city life is very different. But how hard was it to get started in Orange, to make friends? Was it difficult?
It was very difficult because Marsh Hill Road, we didn't, the only time we spoke with the neighbors was if I had a ticket to sell or something to collect. And that's when otherwise, Catherine Vaughn was busy with her business. The other neighbors either worked, so I was kind of isolated.
And a lot of your neighbors were farmers.
Yes.
And we've learned that farmers work very hard 7 days a week.
That's right,
So,
yes.
yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
But you did get involved in other activities in the town.
Well, I did, and I bowled. I was a bowler, and I enjoyed that. I one time bowled 129 and got on the phone to call people. Nobody was home, so I had to just forget about it.
She bowled 200.
220.
Oh, 229, yes,
220.
that's right.
And nobody. Well, we're proud of you.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh my gosh.
And I was really lonesome because I came from New Haven, and
8
there
brothers
were
and sisters.
people all around.
Oh,
And this way, I had to walk to the post road. If I were going to New Haven, the bus came every hour, so I missed it most times. I'd walk Marsh Hill Road and miss the bus, and then I didn't know whether to wait for the next bus, which was an hour, or go back home.
So you
And-
walked all the way from Marsh Hill to the post road?
I did,
To get
yes.
to your
Yeah,
bus?
yeah.
Wow.
And it came once an hour, and then I didn't know whether I should continue or go back.
Right.
Most times I did wait.
So you were going into New Haven to visit with family and friends and
Yes,
things? Yeah,
yeah.
that's nice.
Or if I had a dentist appointment,
Oh my goodness.
And did you go to, what high school did you go to?
I went to a commercial high school in New Haven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because did they have, Amity was Amity?
No,
Amity was not
that-
quite open. Of course,
She was
in
a teenager in New Haven.
Haven,
She didn't
yeah.
move to
Oh, I'm
Orange
sorry.
until she was 23.
23, okay, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
the kids all went to Amity, yeah.
And in New Haven, my family lived in New Haven, so I was able to communicate every day with them.
And how many brothers and sisters?
And I had 4 sisters and 3 brothers. So when I moved to Orange, I was sort of isolated. Catherine Vaughn, I couldn't visit and all because she had her business.
So you had to.
Yeah.
Would you have to do
So I had to learn to drive very quickly. So I could do it.
Oh my goodness.
So,
All
yeah.
right, you've got to tell, since we've all been listening to it, you've got to share the story about the pony.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Can
Oh,
I,
no, yes,
before
please.
that, do you remember, like, what was the Boston Post Road like back then?
Oh, the
The
Boston
Post-
Post Road, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you remember buildings and?
yeah.
In Orange, if what you can remember about the Boston Post Road in Orange, yeah.
So a lot of vacant lots back there.
Yeah,
you know,
there were.
was there?
So,
Do you remember any of the businesses like Nat Greenblatt or?
I don't
That was
because,
later.
oh golly, I'm
Yes, all right.
sorry.
No, you're doing great.
I don't
You're
remember
doing great.
tops
Good, we
and
could edit anything
Tops,
out if there's a
sabers,
moment
right,
where you're
right.
in
Is
for a
this-
second. We could edit anything out.
Yeah.
And if you get
Oh,
something wrong
okay.
and you realize, oh, that
You
was
can
wrong.
edit it.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah,
you woke up.
Definitely.
But
definitely.
I was very lonesome. My family lived in Orange, in New Haven.
yeah.
So I had nothing but to do, you know. And unless I walked to the Post Road, I was just all by myself.
And what was the Post Road like for you, like back then?
When you were walking.
It wasn't as busy as it is now,
Yeah.
of course, but the bus came just once an hour. So if I went late, I would miss it. If I stayed there, I'd have to wait an hour for the bus. So I had a little bit of, I was perplexed.
I was gonna-
I was desperate.
Yeah.
Now you said you also were register of voters. You did
I
that. So
did.
you
I
were-
was a Democratic registrar of voters. I enjoyed that.
Good. How many years did you do that? A couple of years or?
About a couple of years,
Yeah?
yes. Yes.
Good,
2
good.
years.
And that's a great way of meeting a bunch of people.
I
and,
did.
Yeah.
I learned that many voters that voted were either dead for a while or, you know, people came to vote and
It is a real lesson. That's a life's lesson when you get involved in a situation like that. And
it
really,
was, yes.
Yes, I
It was
think-
all very different
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And you were involved in the church with the Women's
Oh, the
Guild.
church,
Used
right.
to make baptismal gowns for the baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
We used to make, when the baby got from,
Like baptized? Yeah.
So
You're
no.
doing great.
I,
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You really are. So
Yeah.
so the babies were baptized, and you actually made the gowns.
yeah, we
for
made
them?
the gowns for them, yes, yeah.
What a beautiful
Yeah,
gift.
yeah.
Absolutely. Tell us about the Bicentennial because you made yourself a gorgeous dress.
Yes.
What do you
It,
remember
it
about
was,
that?
we really enjoyed that because we had so much fun. Well, I made my dress, but I don't know about we compared gowns, and I was very proud of that
Very nice.
dress, yeah.
And your husband got all dressed up as well, which was great.
I think he rented his outfit,
Yeah.
you know, and grew a beard
Oh.
for the, and it was really beautiful. We all had a great time.
Do you remember the parade? Did you go to the parade?
We went to,
It was pretty big.
yeah, we did. Yes, it was a treat going to that too.
Yeah. And you also had another story that you were sharing with me about up on Marsh Hill Road where you were living.
Right.
That DeCello's came in and bought the property.
Yes.
There was a special
yeah.
special party and picnic. What happened there?
I think when Mrs. Collins sold her property,
She sold to the cello distributor.
yes,
Yeah. And did they have a picnic for everybody?
they did, and the horses, the
Anheuser-Busch?
yes,
Oh my goodness. That is great.
yeah.
Very, very cool. That's a special occasion.
Everything was different, and I enjoyed anything that.
Very different from
Yeah.
being in New Haven, perhaps.
Of
correct?
course, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. I was. Golly,
Well, you still
I'm
live.
getting worse.
No, you still live in Orange,
I do.
and so in my feeling, there's got to be a reason why you're still in Orange. You didn't move back into the city life and whatnot. Have you been happy living in
Oh,
an area?
well, I was very happy living in Orange. I was anxious to get home once I left it. You know, if I visited
Right.
my family, I couldn't wait to get home because Orange was so beautiful and
nice.
different.
Yeah, good.
I learned to love Orange, yes. Yeah.
Very good. That's nice. That's nice. And you still have your family. They're still in the area too, so that does make it special.
Well, most of my family is gone.
Yeah. Well, you've got,
So,
but I'm talking, you know,
yeah.
the next generations. You've got your daughter still. Your
Yes,
son is here with and the grandchildren are there.
yes.
Good, good, excellent. So, are you going to look forward to doing some things for the Bicentennial this year?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Do they-
you better. We've got a big parade coming again.
Oh, boy.
Yes, yes, there'll be lots going
Yeah.
on. So I hope you're going to participate and enjoy some of those activities.
Oh, I'm going to try.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So would you like to tell the story about the pony? I do think that's cute. You want to talk about the pony, how you named the pony?
Yeah. Well, if I needed the car,
Yeah.
I would drive Tony to work in Hamden. And we passed the store, the Ford Motor Company had a sign on the window saying, "Name the Pony Contest." And when I drove the children, they'd say, "Could we stop, Mom, and sign the application?" And I'd say, "Not today." And another time, the same thing. And finally, I thought, well, I'll do that. I'll stop and have them sign the application. And I went in and thought a while and got it over with. And about 2 weeks later, we got a message in the mail that we had won the pony. And I thought, well, I wish it were the car. It was a car, but it, was a pony. So